All right, today we are diving headfirst into the world of Japanese candlestick charts. We're going to decode the visual language of the market, and I promise, by the end of this, you'll understand exactly what those charts are saying. So, have you ever pulled up a stock chart and just felt lost? Like you're staring at some kind of secret code? Just a jumble of green and red bars that make absolutely no sense? Yeah, if you felt that, you are definitely not alone. Well, here's the thing. In a way, they are a language, a visual one. And once you get the hang of it, every single one of those little candles tells a pretty epic story. It's a story of a constant battle between buyers trying to push the price up and sellers trying to push it down. Our mission today, we're going to get you fluent. Okay, so like with any new language, before we can read the words and sentences, we have to learn the alphabet. For us, that means breaking down the anatomy of one single candle. First up is the main, thick part. We call it the body. This is really the heart of the story. It shows you exactly where the price opened and where it closed for that specific time period. The bigger the body, the more decisive that move was. Now, the color is your instant giveaway. If the body is green, it means the price closed higher than where it started. That's a win for the buyers, who we call the bulls. If it's red, the price closed lower. That means the sellers, or the bears, were in control for that round. And what about those thin lines you see sticking out from the top and bottom? We call those wicks, or sometimes shadows. They show you the full drama of the session, the absolute highest and lowest price points the asset hit before it finally closed. Think of them as the high score and low score of the day's battle. Great. We've got our letters down, the body, the color, the wicks. Now we can start reading our first words. And honestly, you'd be amazed how much just a single candle can tell us about what the market is thinking. You know, some of the most powerful stories aren't about a clear winner at all. Instead, they scream indecision. They tell us the market has hit the pause button and is totally unsure about which way it wants to go next. Take a look at these two right here, the spinning top and the doji. See how they both have really small bodies? That tells you the opening and closing prices were almost identical. But look at those long wicks. A huge fight happened, but it ended in a tie. The market is just taking a breath. Okay, now this is where it gets really fascinating. Here we have two candles that look pretty much identical. A small body at the top, a long wick hanging below. But depending on where they show up, they tell two completely opposite stories. So as you can see, context is everything. When you see this shape, we call it a hammer. After prices have been falling, it's a bullish signal. It shows sellers tried to push the price way down, but then buyers came in and hammered it right back up. But if that exact same shape shows up after prices have been rising, now it's a hanging man, and it's a bearish warning sign. Same shape, totally different story. Wild, right? Okay, so we've learned our alphabet and a few simple words. Now it's time to level up and start building sentences. We're going to look at the richer stories that get told when multiple candles work together. One of the most classic sentences out there is the engulfing pattern. It's a two-candle story about a really dramatic shift in power. The body of the second candle completely swallows, or engulfs, the body of the one right before it. It's like watching a market takeover happen in real time. And again, this story can go two ways. In a bullish engulfing pattern, a little red candle gets completely overwhelmed by a huge green one. That's a sign that the buyers have just seized control. The opposite is true for the bearish engulfing pattern. A nice green candle gets totally swamped by a massive red one, signaling the sellers are now firmly in charge. And the stories can get even more detailed. Some of the most reliable patterns are actually like little 3-act plays. They're short stories told over 3 candles that can signal a major turning point is on the horizon. Let's look at the Morning Star, a classic story of hope for the bulls. So, Act 1, a long red candle shows the sellers are running the show. Act 2, that little indecision candle we talked about pops up, signaling that the selling momentum has stalled out. And then, the grand finale, Act 3, a long green candle appears, showing the buyers have taken over with force. It's a beautiful signal of a potential reversal into an uptrend. So there you have it. We've gone from the individual letters to simple words and finally to complete sentences. Now let's just put it all together and talk about how to actually read these signals when you're looking at a live chart. Okay, let's recap the big stuff. Remember, every single candle is a battle. The body, color, and wicks, that's your alphabet for reading the story. And the patterns we looked at are the words and sentences that tell you what the market might be thinking. But And this is maybe the most important takeaway of all. These are signals of potential outcomes. They are not guarantees. The context surrounding these patterns is absolutely crucial for interpreting them. So the next time you look at a chart, it's not a secret code anymore, is it? You now have the foundational tools to start deciphering it. You know the alphabet, you know some key phrases. So go look at a chart. And don't just see lines and colors. Ask yourself, what story is it trying to tell me?